Hello and welcome to another edition of the Lynn Lowdown. This time I'm in my office, but we're here with Edwin Cabrera and we got a lot to talk about and he's got a lot going on. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm all right despite, the chaos that's been happening, but we're here now. We're here now. So you got an important thing that's happening is this hip hop wall of fame mural that you are working on. You and your constituents are working on. But first, just tell me a little background of how this all came about.
Yeah. Well, in terms of Lynn Hip Hop, I have been doing a podcast, just kind of highlighting the different talents Lynn has to offer. I've been doing it. Me and my partner Chris Martin have been doing it since July 2019, and we started one of our first episodes with J2 Jonathan Jackson, who's a prolific battle rapper from Lynn. Our second episode, our episode after that, our third episode officially was with SD Knack, who is
Okay.
perhaps like the greatest rapper to ever come out of Lynn.
Yeah.
So, from there, we've just been kind of like interviewing, rappers primarily from Lynn, but also from the Boston area, kind of highlighting the talent that we have here so that people who want to know more about the music coming out of their scene, they have a place to go to that way they can discover new artists. And so through that, that's kind of where the idea started to kind of bubble. And then it wasn't until I saw a Facebook post by somebody really asking, like, hey, we should really kind of make a mural to honor, some of the artists in our community. And, when I saw that, I was like, that's perfect. I think that's a great idea. Like, how do we, I immediately like tagged Michael Agahawa, who's also, a muralist from Lynn as well. Me and Michael are good friends. So I tagged him in the post and was like, yo, can we like make this happen? Like, people are asking for it. We should try to make this happen. And so from there, we decided on, instead of like highlighting one artist who may have been huge to the community, why not highlight all like a bunch of different artists and make it more of like an award ceremony rather than just like I'm paying homage to one person. And so I feel like that promotes the whole scene rather than just one person, and that's really where the project was born.
Yeah, that's pretty good because there are a lot of artists and like there's a lot of people that are doing their thing in the city. I mean, just the relationship that you have with some of the guys, the local artists here. Just can you talk about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, some of we have amazing artists here. So if you haven't like listened to any of them, I recommend that you kind of just put your ear to the ground. Check out our podcast, the Grindhouse Podcast. You'll definitely get in tune with a lot of these cats. I'm literally it's I've connected through a lot of them through the podcast, just wanting to hear their story about their artistry, the way they write, the way they think. And so it's really on a curiosity level that's kind of what the podcast is about. It is really kind of getting in tune with how people artistically look at the art form of hip hop. And so that's really how I got connected with a bunch of different artists. And like you said, there's so many really talented artists from the city. It's crazy.
Yeah. So as far as the mural, so what's like the timeline that you have? What's so let's start the phases. Let's start the phase one, phase two, and phase three.
Yeah. So right now we're in phase one. Our phase one is pretty much getting ready for the rollout, unveiling, and so we're figuring out the structure. We have the structure to figure out, but unveiling the structure and recruiting in the community. And so that I sent you an email with a recruitment form. We'll be sending that out, whether it be on that level using Google Forms or on another level. We were thinking maybe something on the website. We're working on a website now that should be up very soon, probably within the next month or so, where people can find out more information about the mural itself, where people can interact and find out our updates, what we're working on, what progress we have made, a little bit more information, and also how they can get involved. And if they'd like to donate, also, a link to donate as well. And so once that website is out, we'll start really kind of like rolling out the voting and recruitment process, because the way we want it to work is not just the mural that I'm going to decide, or, our constituents, which is me, my partner from the podcast, Chris Martin, Justice Born from Rec Shop Movement, and Michael Agahawa, the muralist who's going to be designing this mural. And we just added somebody else to the board recently, Jay Moon as well, who's very well connected in Lynn Hip Hop as well. But getting us together to figure out the unrolling of recruiting the subcommittee. The subcommittee, we're looking at having it be any number of people, as long as they know. It's almost like looking at it as curators. The subcommittee is almost like the curators. of Lynn Hip Hop. People who know, who's listened to the music, who are either in the know about today's current hip hop artists or maybe artists from the past, knowledge on some level of hip hop. We need a subcommittee of people who have some knowledge, and that way, before we open it up to the full public, to the full public, that there's nominations already in place for people to go in and sort of listen to. Oh, these are curated nominees. So let me go out and listen to, and we're going to create a playlist for that as well. And so there's going to be a playlist for the nominees. That way, people can go into Spotify or Apple Music, go in and start listening to these artists and get familiar with them. So that's the first part, is getting together a subcommittee. We also are looking for more members on the board right now. Like I said, it's us 5 that I just named. We're looking for about maybe 5 more members, 10 total. That way it could just help us, one, figure out in a broader scope the knowledge of Lynn hip hop. Like I think we all bring a different aspect of people on our team. Justice has kind of like a longer term. He's been around Lynn and doing shows in Lynn for a very long time, since Club America. There's me and Krita who do the podcast. We've interviewed almost, we've covered a lot of Lynn artists over just the last year and a half, 2 years. Jay Moon, who works in the music business with Lynn artists. So there's different aspects. We'd like to add 5 more people if we can to the board that add to that value with their knowledge. That way the brain trust itself, especially when it goes to year, continues, and we continue to build on what this project is. And so once that's filled out, again, the subcommittee we're working on trying to get as many curators, to nominate the artists that should be nominated. And then once we have that and all those nominations are sort of, pulled together, then we release those nominations to the public so that they can then vote. And again, we're thinking of doing playlists so people can listen to them. I'm personally working on a documentary highlighting different Lynn artists, Lynn collectives. That way people can have like a small, bite-sized 10-minute doc on different artists and collectives in Lynn. Just trying to get the people aware of the real beautiful talent that we have in Lynn, in terms of hip hop. So that's a few things that we have rolling out. And that's sort of like phase 1 right now, is the production and figuring that out. Phase 2 is going to be the voting. And so once the voting is rolled out, that's going to give a lot of different insight into, who's going to be, nominated from the subcommittee, and then who the public is going to vote for. Hopefully that can be rolled out. We're hoping in sometime in the fall. Okay. And then, the final phase is going to be, once the voting is closed, hopefully sometime, maybe the beginning of winter, give a few months for the muralists to be able to, create 30, faces on this wall.
Okay.
We're looking at probably spring 2022 for the unveiling of the mural. We hope to raise enough money to also do like a whole ceremony, like a block party ceremony with live performances. Yeah. We want it to be a celebration of Lynn hip hop the whole day, not just like, the mural. We want it to be like unveiling with the whole, slew of people there having a good time. Hopefully we're way past COVID by this point in 2022. And, just having it be a day of celebration for Lynn hip hop.
And it'll be like something, you'll have the artists who will be on their mural performing.
Yeah, we haven't reached out yet. Just we don't know. That's something.
I'm just saying when it's all.
Yeah, exactly. That's absolutely the plan. Have the inductees actually perform. And like I said, we have a lot of people have been reaching out to us and trying to figure out how they can get involved in the project, which is great. If anybody is listening to this and want to get involved, like I said, we'll be rolling out the recruitment form soon to try to get people involved. I sent that to you, Makula. If you want to send it to people, or if people if you want to post it even on the LCTV.
Yeah, make sure to send it to Dave, because Dave handles the social media postings, so he'll post it on the social media.
Absolutely, but in general, we are looking for people with knowledge of Lynn hip hop to fill out the subcommittee. And also for people who have like a deeper knowledge of Lynn hip hop who can really help us on the board as well. And we have like 5 seats still open for that. So if people are looking to get involved, those are 2 ways there. And then also, we are, this project is nonprofit. We're not looking to make any money off of it. This is all the funds are going to the project. And so if you're looking to donate, we will have a link out soon for that as well once the website is unveiled.
Yeah, and also an important thing is highlight in doing this, you're also making sure that we support the local artists, because oftentimes people think if you're not big time, if you're not if you're not on TV or if you're not here, that you didn't make it. But, you know, if you're they kind of look down on local rappers as if they're not doing nothing. But
Exactly.
that's
You hit spot on. Exactly. And that's why this project is a main reason this project is being made is so that people can start to celebrate the artists that we have in our community rather than looking at what the mainstream, music scene is trying to commercialize in your face. So this is a real celebration of the artists we have in our community. I feel like, having it be the community that votes to get the artist on is going to create hopefully buzz within that element of like, it's almost like when you're talking about sports, like if I'm a Yankees fan, you're a Red Sox fan or whatever, and we start, it's almost like that. Like if this is up to the public to decide who goes on, I'm hoping that debates starts to spark where people are like, no, this person should be, but what about this person? And then hopefully by word of mouth in that way, we start to really kind of promote the scene. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Now, as far as moving forward now, what are some of the other things that you're working within this project that you also want people to know, like some of the little details in this project that you would like people to understand or know about?
There's things that I want to say, but I don't like I just agreed to yesterday, so I don't know if it's I want to make it all happens. I'll let them know that. So this is one thing that I definitely want people to know, which is we're releasing a vinyl. So to raise money for the project, we're working on a collective vinyl, and so we're gonna have Lynn artists. Specifically more like Lynn artists, Lynn producers, everything is central to Lynn hip hop music makers. And so it's going to be just a collective of different Lynn artists, producers. We're going to press about 250 vinyl records for it. The whole thing is going to be very Lynn centered. And again, celebrating Lynn hip hop and helping us raise money to be able to create this whole project.
Yeah, and once again, please let them know where to go if they want to donate. The Facebook page, if you got an Instagram page, let them know all that good information.
Well, we'll let you know soon. That'll be on the website. We're working on a link for that now.
Okay.
That will be once we unveil the website. That'll be it for now. I would say there's a page that we started called Lynn Hip Hop on Facebook. Follow that. We'll be making announcements through that, and then from there, also, I'll typically make announcements through other things like the real you from Lynn page. I'm active there. I'll post there, so you'll see real soon just a link for you to donate. But again, if you want to follow the project, jump into the Lynn Hip Hop page on Facebook.
All right. Also plug in your social medias too if they want to contact you.
Yeah. So follow Grindhouse Recordings at Grindhouse Recordings on Instagram. We're also Grindhouse Recordings on Facebook as well. We have the podcast, the Grindhouse Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on that because we definitely need as much attention to that as possible. That's really where we get to sit down and talk to artists for 30, like we just did now, kick it for 30, 40 minutes, sometimes more, and just really kind of get to know the artist, their mindset, their music, and their background. So if you really, really love Lynn hip hop and hip hop from this region, make sure you check out the Grindhouse Podcast.
Definitely make sure you all check that out. And this project, it's going on. It's gonna go on for a year, and then spring or sometime 2022, we'll get things rolling. So make sure you go check them out and support that. And any more information that they give us, we will make sure to give to the public.
Awesome.
And that is Edwin Cabrera. Thank you, sir, once again for coming on. We really appreciate this.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
No problem. You guys been watching the Lynn Lowdown. Have a great one.